Good evening, class. My name is Lachey Dupree, and I am currently doing my placement at Senior Care Solutions, which is a social work consulting company. The agency is contracted with multiple home health agencies and Medicare Advantage plans to provide in-home psychosocial assessments and interventions. This week, I want to do my video on a topic that actually came up prior to us resuming class, but I think it's very, very instrumental in us continuing to progress towards our degree, and us determining what we want to do after graduation, but most of all in helping us to cater our attitudes about the profession and those that we work with. As a social worker, a practicing social worker, and a social work intern, I truly think that networking is like one of our biggest tools and most important tools that we have, because we're not going to always know the answers to everything. However, we have a network of social work associates that we develop over time that we can always reach out to and ask for help. So I am a member of several online and Facebook social work groups. During the hurricane, a question came up in one of the groups, and I'm not sure. I was kind of disappointed, I have to say, in some of the responses that I saw from other social workers, people in the social work field. And the question that came up was, why is it that the request for volunteers in the shelters is only for LCSWs? Most of the posts that were being sent around were requesting social workers to volunteer, but when you looked at the details of what were the qualifications, it usually required a LMSW or a LCSW. They did not consider the MSWs students or interns. So the question was, why were MSW students and interns being left out of the request for social work volunteers? And so the disappointing part came in. Most of the people who responded to the question were LCSWs, and their responses were very elitist. We got responses about how much time that they had been in school and committed to getting their LCSW hours, and that basically they have worked hard to become an LCSW. So for anyone else who is not licensed or is still in school to think that they should be considered to volunteer to provide psychotherapy to the clients in the shelter was unheard of. And I think the question, or actually the person who posed the question, her and I ended up messaging each other, and her point was that in order for us to continue to move our profession forward and to grow the profession, we have to be mindful of where we came from, in which all of those individuals who were LCSWs had to take the path of student, intern, MSW before they became LMSWs or LCSWs. And she was basically saying that, this was a great time for them to advocate for others and pave a way for others such as myself and you guys who are trying to gain additional experience in order to become awesome social work professionals in the field. This was an opportunity for them to advocate on our behalf and include us in that in those services. and they didn't take advantage of it. And like I said, I was really disappointed in some of the topics because most of the people who responded didn't even really seem to care about advancing. It was all about what they had to go through in order to become LCSWs. So if you guys don't mind, I would love to hear your take on this situation. How do you feel about it? Do you think that because they've put in the time that we as students shouldn't question or expect for them to advocate for us? Or do you feel like it was an opportunity for them to advocate and allow us to come in and gain some additional experience? I look forward to hearing your responses. Have a great week.